Hey guys, it's Olivia. So for today's video, I decided to film a 2018 reflection because 2018 was the best year of my life. So I kind of want to have this documented to look back on. And I know that it's really late, but just bear with me here. I've been super busy and this is the first chance that I have gotten to sit down to film this video. So if you've never seen my face before, then hey, I'm Olivia and I occasionally make videos on this channel, so subscribe. So if you remember from previous years, usually I will do a New Year's resolutions video and kind of include a reflection in that, but I figured that I wanted to go more in detail this year, so we are going to do two separate videos. This is the reflection, and then in my next video I'm going to be doing my resolutions. So stay tuned for that video. And I hope you guys are having a lovely new year so far, and I hope you all had a great year last year. So now it is time to find out about my 2018, and I need to stop talking because this intro has taken me like 7 times to film. Let's review 2018. So I have a list right here planned out because I would forget a lot if I just tried to wing it with this video. So I am going to go month by month and just talk about how my year went, because as a matter of fact, 2018 actually had the best day of my life and the worst day of my life. So we are going to get into that as it comes in the timeline. So let's start with January. The first major thing that happened in January was the Patriots meetup, which I actually believe I have a story time video on my channel about. So go find that if you want to know more. So we got to meet a bunch of the cheerleaders, the Pat Patriot himself, and a couple of alumni players. So that was super fun. And just an amazing day meeting them, because obviously the Patriots are my favorite football team. So that was just super fun. And then the only other thing that I can really remember happening in January was my first competition of the season. So, because comp season usually starts in January, so that's what happened. And if you want to know more about comp season and everything, I am planning on doing a full gymnastics story video. If you want to see more about that, stay tuned because I promise I'm going to do it because it is quite the story. So I'm going to go more in detail about that then, but yeah, comp season started in January. So then I guess we'll move right on to February, which the only major thing that happened there was we went to Philadelphia for the day because my dad had a National Ninja League comp. And so we kind of made a day of it. Me, my dad, my stepmom, and my best friend all went down to Philadelphia, and it was so much fun for the day. Moving on to March, this is the month which held the best day of my life, which was the Demi Lovato concert. Oh my gosh. And you guys are probably really confused as to why a concert would be, in my eyes, the best day of my life. Demi Lovato is like my favorite singer, and she and her music have just helped me through so much that I'm not going to go into because that is not what this video is about. But it was just so special to see her live. We had really, really good seats, and I'll always remember it as like the best night of my life so far because it was just so special. She means so much to me, it's unbelievable. So it was just a really, really, really amazing night. And again, I have a storytime video on that on my vlog channel, so go check that out if you want to hear more about it. But it was such an incredible show, and I love Demi so much. It's amazing. April was also a really good month because first of all, it started off with me going to New Hampshire, and you guys probably know by now that New Hampshire is like my favorite place in the world. It's so peaceful, and in a way it's where I come from. So we got to go there and it was obviously so much fun. And was a local festival that happens every year in a town near mine. And so me, my friend Tori, and Jordan went, and it was just so much fun. It was honestly such a great night. And yeah, just so much fun with them. And for some reason that sticks out in my mind as like a really good part of 2018 because I mean the festival is always so much fun, but just going with them, I love them, and they're my closest friends, so that was just super fun. And then at the end of April was our home gymnastics meet, and that is just so much fun because I just love representing my team, and it's just more of a casual meet. You know, you're feeling good about it because it's at your home gym, and it was just so much fun, and I helped out that whole day too, and I even got my friend Megan to come along and help us out, so it was a really good day. The month of May was just full of gymnastics for me, so it obviously began with states and then regionals, which, you know what, neither of them went exceptional for me. I actually ripped my hand at both meets. But you know what, that season overall taught me a lot, which I think is really, really important moving forward, which again, I'll go more into it in that gymnastics story video that I was talking about. But I actually ended up finishing regionals with meeting one of my goals, which was to get a 36 all around, and I got, I believe, a 36.1 at regionals. So that was really good, and obviously, like, states and regionals are always really fun, but what made it extra special this year was I decided that I was going to help out my coach, and I was going to coach the meets with her for the other levels. And honestly, that is so significant for me, because I think it was those meets in particular. I had never coached a meet before, and so doing that kind of sparked passion in me, because I've known for a while that I've wanted to coach gymnastics in my future, but that just kind of proved the point more. And this year I told my coach I was going to do all of the competitions because of how much that brought joy to my heart, because I love seeing my girls succeed and I love watching their hard work pay off. So that was just something really significant and special, was that I further realized my passion for coaching. And then the final thing in May was our gym show, which is basically marks the end of the season for practicing and competing. And it is where every single gymnast that goes to my gym, whether it's team or classes, kind of put on a show for all the parents and stuff. And it's just so much fun because it's just casual. You get to show off with your team, and it's just like such a tight-knit community. So it's so much fun. And May was just pretty much about gymnastics. So then moving into June, obviously school ended, which is always great. I finished off my sophomore year of high school, which is still, I still can't believe I'm a junior. Still can't believe it. And then my friend Tori graduated high school, which was crazy because she is my lifelong friend, known her since the day I was born, and she graduated high school, which was still crazy to process that she's in college now. It's still kind of crazy. But she's close to home, so we can still see each other all the time. And then after that, I went to Boston with my friend Lauren for her birthday. It was kind of like a birthday trip for her, and that was so much fun. It was just like a day trip. And then in June, I just generally spent a lot of time with my friends, which was really good for me because obviously that's what summer's all about, is just spending time with your friends, having fun. So that was really special. And I had a lot of good memories with friends, you know, some beach trips, stuff like that from June. And in July, we had our family vacation on my mom's side of the family. We go pretty much somewhere different every year. And this year we went to New Jersey, which we've gone to New Jersey so many times, but this was a different part of New Jersey. We went to the Wildwood area, Cape May, that kind of end of it, and it was so much fun. Like, I cannot express to you enough how much fun I had on that trip, especially just kind of getting away from everything for a week is just really nice, really peaceful, kind of helps you think, especially because a lot of things were happening at that point, and just giving me a week to kind of get away from everything was, I can't even describe it. It was just an amazing trip, and I'm so glad that we went on it. The other thing that happened in July was I had reconnected with a friend that I hadn't talked to in a long time, and that was just really significant because she's one of my closest friends, and so it was really cool that we started talking again. And I think that was actually one of my resolutions, was to talk to her, so we succeeded there. All right, we are coming up on August, which was pretty much the best and worst month of my life. So much happened in that month that we are going to cover. And yeah, it was a crazy month. Starting off at the very beginning, I went to Maryland to see family members that live down there on my mom's side. I went with my grandparents, and it was just, it's always super fun to go down there and spend time with my little cousins and stuff. They're so cute. So then after that, actually, this was probably like the best weekend I've ever had. I got to go to New Hampshire again, and this time I got to take Jordan. And that was just so special to me. It was me, my dad, and Jordan, and we went up to New Hampshire for, I believe it was like 4 days, around there. And that was just so special to me because, as I've told you guys, New Hampshire is kind of where I consider where I come from. And just the fact that I could take Jordan there, who's so important to me, and kind of show her where I come from, that was really significant to me, and I swear it was some of the best days ever, man. So that was really significant for me, and I will never forget that little weekend that we went up. And then right after we got home from that, me and my dad, my stepmom, and my stepbrother all went to Niagara Falls for, I believe it was 5 or 6 days we went to Niagara Falls. And that was so cool because it was my first time ever leaving the country. We went to the Canada side. I have never been out of the US, so that was really significant in itself. And I feel like I'm saying the word fun so much, but that's all I can think of. Like, Niagara Falls was just so much fun, and it was so cool. Like, it was so pretty and everything, and it was just so great. That's another one of those things where it was kind of just good to get away for a while and go have new experiences in a new place, which I always love doing. Okay, so the next thing on our list, on our timeline, happened within the few days that we got back from Niagara Falls, and this is where we are going to get into the worst day of my life. So when we got home, we noticed that my cat Bella wasn't really acting like herself. She was like meowing a lot, really clumsy, kind of tripping over herself. She didn't really react how she normally would if we came home. And we kind of figured that she was dehydrated because, you know, maybe she got scared that she hadn't seen us for so long. And don't worry, we had like someone coming to check in on her and give her food and stuff. But we kind of thought it was dehydration. But then the next day it just got worse. So we took her to the emergency vet, I believe, and she stayed there for a few days and didn't see any progress. So then we decided to get, I think it was an MRI or a CAT scan. It was one of those two. CAT scan? No, an ultrasound. An ultrasound? Okay, you know, it was one of those like high-tech x-rays, you know what I mean. So we got one of those, and we found out that pretty much all of her organs were shutting down, looked like cancer. There was pretty much nothing that they could do, and it wasn't a guaranteed, like whatever they did, it wasn't a guarantee that it was going to help at all. So my dad kind of made the decision that we had to put her down. And I fought it, man. You wouldn't believe how much I fought that, because this cat was, not gonna cry, the most important thing in my life, like the most important thing to me. You don't even believe the bond I had with this cat. I got her when I was 6 years old, and I had never been without her since. So I fought it so bad. I was screaming. I said, I won't go to college. I won't do this. I won't do that, so that we have money to try to fix her. And he just tried to get it through my head that it wasn't about the money, and that we would pay however much money if it was possible, you know? So we had to put her down on August 20th, and that was the worst day of my life. Still not over it, but it gets easier with time. So if anyone's going through the similar thing with a pet, or that they had a really close bond with, it's not easy, and you're gonna have days where you just cry and cry because you can't get that family member back. Pets are family, but it gets easier. So okay, on a more happier note, about a week or two after that was another amazing day. Was me and Jordan and my dad and stepmom went to see Shinedown in concert, and I've been listening to Shinedown for as long as I can remember, and especially in the past like 4 years, I've been listening to them a lot. So it was so cool to finally see them. And me and Jordan, my best friend, obviously, we have a song. We kind of have like our songs. You guys probably have that with your close friends too. And we have a few songs, and one of them is I'll Follow You by Shinedown. And we weren't expecting them to play it because they never put it on the set lists. We weren't expecting much to come from it. We weren't expecting to hear it. We heard the first note of the song. We screamed, and just listening to that song live with her, something I'll never forget. Like that 3 minutes, I'll never forget. Final thing of August is that I started my junior year of high school, and most people say that your junior year is gonna be your hardest. So far it's been my easiest. So I don't know how that works out, but don't worry about junior year, it's not that bad for everyone. Maybe because I didn't jam-pack my schedule, but it's been a good school year so far in terms of actual school. You know, I've got some good teachers, some good classes, so I'm not complaining. It could be worse. The only thing that happened in September was my birthday. I turned 16, which is still crazy to me. I feel like I'm 12, but I'm 16, and that happened on September 28th. So then October, I had my Sweet 16 at the very beginning of October because that's just when it worked out, and it was so much fun. My entire family was there. All of my friends, or at least most of my friends, could make it, and it was just a great day. We were dancing, singing, like just talking, having food, and it was just so good. Then the next thing that happened in October was I had a field trip in school. We went to Salem, Massachusetts, and that was honestly, I can say without a doubt, like one of the best field trips I've ever been on. Like, it was so much fun. It was mainly me, my friend Alexis, and my friend Ree. We kind of like stayed together in a group, and I think it was more fun because the teacher gave us more freedom to kind of explore and do what we wanted to, you know, kind of get lunch and walk around. So it was really, really great, and we got some good pictures from that day too, so that was awesome. And okay, this is kind of random, but another thing that happened in October was I got my round off back handspring on floor in gymnastics, and that is so significant because I've been going at that skill with a mental block for like 5 years, maybe more. I don't even know. I've lost track at this point because it's been so long. And I finally got it consistently on floor, and every single day it's getting easier to not be as scared of it. But I'm very proud of myself for how far I've come with that because I never thought I'd be able to back tumble on the floor. It's just something that I thought I was gonna have to work around in terms of requirements and stuff for routines. But I got it, and I'm really happy about that. And the last thing that happened in October was Halloween, and me and Jordan dressed up as Josh and Tyler from 21 Pilots because that's our favorite band, and it was so much fun. And we got lots of candy that I still haven't finished. In November, I had another school field trip to Ellis Island. We saw the Statue of Liberty, and that one was still pretty fun because I was with my friends, you know, but I feel like it wasn't as fun as Salem, but mainly because we spent like 10 hours on a bus because of traffic and trying to drive through New York City and everything. So that was the main downfall of it, but still fun. And then was just like Thanksgiving, Black Friday, you know, spending time with family. That weekend's always super fun, the weekend of Thanksgiving. And also that weekend, me and my dad and like his side of the family, you know, some of his siblings, extended family members, we went up to New Hampshire, which usually is a good thing, but it was a little more sad because we had to say goodbye to my grandma's house. My grandparents have lived in that house for 25 years, I believe, and my grandma just couldn't take care of it anymore because after my grandpa had passed, you know, it's very like out in the middle of nowhere, which is one of my favorite things about it, but that just makes it harder, especially since my grandpa has been gone. So she just needed to sell the house, and it was a really difficult goodbye because it's kind of all I've ever known, and it's, you know, my favorite place to go, so it sucked to say goodbye. But I took plenty of pictures and stuff, and the new owners of the house are super nice, said we could come up and visit, so that's all good. But yeah, so that was, I mean, it was a good weekend despite that little sad part. So then December, the final month of the year, I have 23 minutes of footage. I'm gonna hate myself for this later. Man, editing this is gonna be a party. First of all, I cut my hair and I donated it. This is the first time I donated hair, which was really significant because it's something that I've been thinking of doing for a long time. And you know, my long hair is kind of like my comfort zone. It's what I always go back to, and I haven't had my hair this short. I don't even think it was this short in freshman year. I think I literally have not had my hair this short since like 4th grade or something. So I'm really glad that I did that and gave it to a good cause, and I'm loving my new hair. It's so much easier to take care of too. And probably the highlight of the month was the Patriots game that I went to. It was me, my dad, my friend Lauren, and her dad. We all went to Gillette Stadium for the day and got to see the Patriots play against the Buffalo Bills, and they won. It was a really good game, and it was so cool to like watch it in person. And that was like my big Christmas present, and it was just so good. It was so good. And then obviously just Christmas, spending lots of time with family. I got to see all of my extended family from both sides, my mom's side and my dad's side. and just Christmas in general. It's always such a good time to be grateful and give thanks to Jesus Christ because it is his birthday. And so that was just, of course, amazing. And then New Year's Eve I spent New Year's Eve with the same people that I have spent it with for the past 3 years, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But it's always me, my dad, my stepmom, my stepbrother, Jordan, Tori, and Tori's parents. So we call it our little squad. It's just so great to spend it with them because it's kind of like at a time like that, you want to be with the people that you care about the most and your family, and that's what they are to me. So that was really, really great. And yeah, now it's a new year. So overall, 2018 was definitely the best year of my life. I had so many opportunities and so many great days and trips and experiences, and it was just so great. And there were a couple of really bad moments, and you know what? I did have the worst day of my life in 2018, but a bad day doesn't make for a bad year as long as you can find a silver lining and be grateful for it. So I just wanted to make this little video that I can look back on. I'm hoping for even greater things in 2019, and if you want to see what those things are, then stay tuned for my New Year's resolutions video, because I promise that will be coming out soon whenever I can find another time to film. And if you made it to this point in the video, then comment down below and tell me that you made it to this point in the video, because I'm proud of you. Because right now I have almost a half an hour of footage, and I can guarantee you that this is going to be a long video. So let me know if you've made it this far, because you're a real one. And let me know what your best day of the year was and your worst day of the year was in the comments below. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys very soon with my resolutions video, and I will see you guys then. Bye.